Do you guys ever listen to your minds? Do you ever just listen? You know, it's kind of fun. I sit here with you guys, and of course, I'm just doing my work, but sometimes to entertain myself, I listen to your mind. Rudy used to say, the mind is the slayer of the soul. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read someplace recently that the magnetic field of the heart is 100,000 times stronger than the magnetic field of the brain. So, the thing I want to just suggest to you, I want to share with you how I have sort of operated in my life. Not that you would want to exactly imitate me, but you might consider it. I never pay attention to my mind, ever. My mind exists to do one thing for me. And the thing that my mind exists to do is to sort out, to reveal to me how I am going to do what I have discovered in my heart needs to be done. I never waste any time sitting around listening to my mind. That is like, oh my God. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have to say, some of the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my entire life, goes on between my ears. And I have in time learned not just to ignore it, but to stay completely away from it by spending my time cultivating the awareness of my breath and the feeling that the movement of the breath in my heart makes available to me. There's a metaphor both in Kaula Tantrism and in Christianity that I don't know why it just popped into my head, so I'm going to share it with you. The metaphor is the chalice. And when I was sitting here feeling into my heart the image of not a Catholic chalice, but a tantric chalice came into my mind. And because that is the vessel that contains the most beautiful, most delicious, most amazing flavor. A flavor that isn't tasted by the tongue or experienced by the nose, but rather it is the beauty that is the essence of our deepest inner self, which is held for us in the chalice of our heart. Oh, and the reason I'm telling you this, there's a reason this is going someplace, is that, there's a big eclipse Monday, a lunar eclipse on Monday, and a solar eclipse in a couple of weeks. It's, pretty intense. The idea in Vedic astrology behind eclipses is that they, are not very auspicious and they bring big changes, especially for the places where the eclipse is visible. That's where the changes come. And so I'm sort of, I don't know. I notice that these things tend to work. I'm not like a major league believer in anything, but I have followed astrology for the last 40 years. I followed it because at night in India, after the Vishnu Sahasranama that we used to do at the ashram, there was nothing at all to do as soon as sundown hit. And so I was usually rooming with Chakrapani, who is an astrologer, still is an astrologer. So I learned astrology. And my experience is that there's something to it. So it's possible it'll get kind of intense and confusing, and I mean to say even more intense and confusing in the world than it is now. Just when you thought it wasn't safe to go out, it's about to become even more unsafe. And so through these difficult times, it's really important that we don't get stuck in our heads, that we do not get seized by any of the kalpas, the mental feelings, that we don't get seized by anything, but we continually understand what we need to let go of and what we need to hold on to. And we let go of what we need to let go of, and we hold on to what we need to hold on to. And you will know this not from your head, not from your mind, you will know it from your heart. And if you haven't been practicing all that much, it may take you a little time of simply holding your awareness with your breath in your heart. To get through all the resistance you've been building up there, it may take you a little time, like 20 minutes a day for a few days, less than 14, to establish a really good, clear connection with your own heart. And from that connection, you will understand what needs to be held on to and what needs to be released. And that simple discrimination going forward in the world over the next few years will preserve you. It also, day to day, makes life full of wonder and unimaginable possibility. My own experience in every dimension of my life, business, which some of you know I've been involved in forever, in teaching, in somewhat miserable job I've done of community organizing. I have consistently cultivated a connection with my heart and used my mind only to sort out the steps to accomplish what my heart has informed me needed to be done. And of course, being human, I haven't been perfect at it, but I look around and think, not too bad. And in meditating deeply before I came down here on what I might speak to you about, this is what presented itself to me to share. Nityananda used to say, and this was, in the context of Indian culture, I have to explain why he said this, why it was significant. Because pilgrimage has always been a really important part of Indian spiritual life. Nityananda, when asked, where someone should go on a pilgrimage, used to say, the heart is the most sacred of all places on the earth. Go there. Namaste, everyone.